Hello, everybody, and welcome to Doki Literature Club Plus, because this is the Plus Edition. Real quick, just gonna go over this again. The Plus Edition has this. Fun fact, you can say hi YouTube in chat, but it's not gonna matter because they're not gonna see it. I could do a chat overlay, but every single time I do that, I end up having people saying stuff in chat, and I kind of feel like it ruins the experience for the YouTube people. So, alright, got my water bottle from Japan. I love this water bottle, by the way. I know this is completely unrelated, but I love this water bottle. Like, asked somebody in Japan to get me this water bottle, and she thankfully got it for me. And I was like, I love you, thank you. So I now have a beautiful water bottle that is from Starbucks in Japan, because Japan Starbucks has awesome stuff during sakura season, cherry blossom season. So, anyway, completely unrelated, but just wanted to frame the beautifulness that is my water bottle. Alright, so we will start a new game. Please enter your name. Okay, so I am really bad at this part because I think the last time I did Shiro because I hated him so much. But I don't know. There's like not a whole lot. Shiro again for old time's sake. Okay, I guess we'll go Shiro. Cause I guess that's what I did before. So we did Shiro last time. We'll do Shiro this time. And I guess it's just to pay homage to my last Doki Literature Club playthrough. Alright, here we go. Wow, it starts like this? Okay, so since it's just going straight in there, there are character voices that I did. I will probably butcher them because I am still recovering from a cold. So I still have that in the back of my nostrils and blah blah blah. So it is affecting my voice a tiny bit. So should have named him Magni. God damn it, because that would have been great. Anyway. We already know who Magni belongs to. He belongs to Sadu. Anyway, so okay, so straight in there, we will start with one of the characters. Hey! I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's gonna chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. I overslept again! But I caught you this time! Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that like you're thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Shiro. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine, fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you wanted to. Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Shiro, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already, I'm not really interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. Ah! That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's got going on about. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content just getting on by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. Dude, same. Except I don't really watch anime. Uh-huh. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Huh. Hey, Yura, who does that sound like to you? Your happiness is really important to me, you know. And I know you're happy now, but I'd die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright. I'll look at a few clubs if that makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Also, I will let you guys know I am... Like, I wish I had a face cam, but I don't. But I am actually acting out what she's doing. Like, as she's doing it. Like, whenever she puts her fingers together, I put my fingers together. Whenever she did her little jump in the yay, I put my, like, hands up like she has it. And I was like, yay! You know, like, kind of like a jump in my, torso. Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? The only ones you won't, like, hear me, like, kind of dictate that I'm doing is, like, the putting the hands behind the back. I probably won't do that. Because it's just, like, that's kind of weird because I need my hands. More than that, I'm surprised if I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello! Sayori. Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting in here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, know what? Well, that you could come to my club. Sayori. Yeah! There's no way I'm going to your club. Meanie. Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was one of the first ones to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please? Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kinda told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead or if she is so cunning as to have planned all of this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine. I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes! Let's go! And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and blah, 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 blah. I can't talk. Fun fact. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone! The new member is here! Sorry. Wrong person. I told you, don't call me a new member. I glance around the room. Oh shit! I don't think I can do her justice, guys. Not with my voice like this. But oh no! It's y'all's fave! Alright. Let me get some water. And I'll do my best. Welcome to the Literature Club. It is a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Shiro, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry, Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, who's apparently named Natsuki, is the one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes her look like a first-year student. She is also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. Again, I will say this since I know I cut it off for the YouTube video, but these girls are all over the age of 18. It's okay to say waifu. Just to let you know, none of this is bad. She might look tiny, but she's over 18, so it's all free game. Anyway. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says... Oh, excuse me. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. There we go. More appropriate. Sayori says it quietly into my ear and then turns back towards the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Well, it's good to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monika. Is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Shiro. Monika smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monika was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic, basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monika. Come sit down, Shiro. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monika. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there is one space next to Monika and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Whoa! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes, decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make the ears. I know I'm reading this like it's me, instead of Shiro, because I'm more excited about this than he would ever be. Because seriously, little cupcakes look like kitties! Yeah, anyway. So cute! I had no idea you were good at baking, Natsuki. Well, now you know. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one first, then Monika. I follow. It's delicious! Sayori talks with her mouth full. Oh, maybe I should roll that back and do it again. pretending to have something in my mouth. It's delicious! I guess. Anyway, I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything. I thought technically you did. Sayori said, well, maybe. But not for, you, dummy. Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table, carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us... Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I mean, I don't have hair to play with, so... I mean, I have hair, but I don't have long hair to play with. Should make that more distinct. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but at least I enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow and smiles at me. So, what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so that's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the Literature Club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, to be honest, I can't stand all of the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Hi, Raven! Sorry, YouTube people. Not many people are very interested in putting out the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes the school event, like the festival, that much more important. I'm confident that we can really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah! We'll do our best. You know it! Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they're all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't know if I can really keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So, excuse me.
So, Shiro, what kind of things do you like to read?
Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I really don't have a good way of answering that. Manga? I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. She's just like super zoomed in, like, hello? I heard what you said. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet.
Not much of a reader, I guess.
Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Boop.
Well, let's see.
Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her fingers.
My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive.
Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people.
But, you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination?
I was running out of oxygen.
Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately.
Ah! I read a horror book once. I desperately grasp something I can relate to at the minimum level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you?
I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think, or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment.
Ugh, I hate horror.
Oh? Why is that?
Well, I just... Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea?
You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called
Don't say it out loud! And give it back!
Fine, fine.
Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is as cute as you are. Sayori settles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I am not cute! Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No! No! Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet.
I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. Aw, I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. you immersed yet?
Okay. Okay! I have an idea, everyone. I like how it said Nat and Yuri. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then, next time we meet, we'll share them with each other. We'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah! Let's do it! Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Shiro? Monika smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on. There's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. I'll just take a sip of water because he just threw himself under the bus. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and, I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But I'm sorry, I thought. Shiro? You all... I am defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Yes! I'm so happy! Yes, I literally just got up and jumped. Well, not jumped, but I kind of got up and then, like, did her animation and then sat back down. Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Oh, Jesus. Hey! You really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came here for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the Literature Club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monika looks over at me once more. Shiro, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monika with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey Shiro, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right, Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she always stayed after for school. I mean, that's technically right, but stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! With that, the two of us depart the classroom and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monika. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in the literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer with one of these girls. Making hots. Alright. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight! Ta-da! It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Alright, so, for those that don't know or didn't know that I did this last time, I am still going to do the entire route. Like, the entire route. Like, I'm going to be doing all of Natsuki, all of Sayori, all of Yuri. All of it. Just all of it. So, I will do a quick save here. Oh, it's an autosave. Thanks for the autosave. I didn't need it, but thanks. Okay, now return. So, with this, we're gonna do them in an order. I'm pretty much deciding I'm going to be doing, and this is probably gonna be the most annoying way to do this, but I am going to do them each girl at a time. So, actually, you know what? I'm not gonna do that because it's gonna be hard. Because basically, I have to pick a girl, go through all 3 of the special scenes, and then restart, basically. That's how I did it before, is I went through all of them, and then I restarted. So, no, I'm not gonna, I thought about it, but I'm not going to, because it's actually difficult to do. Because if I do, like, let's say if I did Natsuki day 1, Sayori day 1, and Yuri day 1, and then I would go to the same order in the day 2, but I'd have to start each, it gets complicated if I do it that way. This way, if I do this, it'll be easier in the long run. This is the first save that I'm going to ever have in this game, basically. Ignore the autosave because it doesn't count. So, after I write this poem, whoever I choose, it's going to be, what is it? I lost my train of thought. What? You guys didn't see that, but I had an achievement pop up. I want to see what that achievement was. What is that? What was that achievement? What did it say? Oh, Doki Doki Poetry Slam. Spend enough time during the poem minigame for the music to loop. That's so random. Oh, whatever game. Let's keep that up in my side notes. Okay, I am super chat illiterate. I don't know if I'm even allowed to make polls or anything. Am I able to do that? Like, can I do that? Can I make a poll? Because I don't think I can. Am I able to? Can I make a poll? Help! I don't know how to make a poll. I don't know how to do anything. I'm a noob. Help. Help. Yeah, I don't know how to make actual polls. Like, there's nothing in my kit. Like, can I do that as, like, on here? Manage your stream. Manage your poll. Can I do that? Polls are a great way to interact with your viewer. Ask them questions or create a new poll. There we go. Alright. So, question is, who... I'm gonna make this really stupid. This is gonna be a stupid. Because I already know the answer to this. And I spelled Sayori's name wrong. I'll just leave it up for a minute. Try again in a moment. What do you mean, try again in a moment? Why am I getting an error? I'm just getting service error. How many times can I spam start poll before it just decides to hate me forever? Like, am I not allowed to start a poll? Is it so wrong to start a poll? God damn it. I feel like that meme let me in. Alright, fine. This isn't gonna make sense, but I'm trying to make sure. No, it won't do it. It won't let me create a poll. It literally will not let me fucking create a poll. You know what? I don't care. Guys, just tell me who we're romancing. I'm done. Tell me who we're going for. Whoever has the most people in chat saying something wins. We'll just do it that way. I had to mute myself because I was A, coughing, and B, blowing my nose, and that's pretty disgusting for anybody else to listen to. So, just to let you know I was here. Oh my god, I literally only have one person saying something, and it's for Sayori. Alright! Yes, I'm still sick. Boop, ba-doop, boop, boop. Oh my god. Alright, I have 2 Sayori. It's like, are we gonna kill my throat? Ooh, the patch notes are out. Fuck y'all, I'm gonna go look at the patch notes real quick. No playable content. Cool. Battle system. Ooh. Drop rate for diamond has increased. And you finally can exchange totems. Weekly restrictions. Oh, yeah, I don't care about that. Don't care about that. Yay! Weekly restrictions on Paradigm's Breach has been removed. Yay! 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 All the good stuff that we really want from Paradigm's Breach, you can finally just get in your own alliance chest. You don't have to do it for everybody. The amount of metal has been increased. Looks like some other chains have changed and no one cares. Alright, let me check back into you guys. Okay, so we still have a thing. Alright guys, I need you to tell me which girl we're romancing. If you don't know their names, it's Sayori. Sayori's this one, right here. This is Natsuki, this is Yuri. If you need to know it, it's blue eyes, pink eyes, purple eyes. I don't care. Come on. I'm reading patch notes because I'm waiting on y'all. Yay! Crypt Esther can now be purchased from the dude in Yulmore. Nice to know. Oh. PvP changes. Nobody cares. PvP change. Nobody cares. In an effort to ease server congestions, players who are inactive for more than 30 minutes will be logged out automatically. No! No! I like being logged in forever. Miki's gonna cry. The following issues have been addressed. Okay. Yay. Alright, I'm gonna check back in with y'all. Y'all better have answers for me. Alright, let's scroll up and see. Alright, so we got Sayori. We got Yuri. There's a lesbian joke there. Oh no. Okay. Alright, I guess I have 2 for Sayori, 1 for Yuri. Oh no, he's changing his vote, so now I have a 3-way tie. I hate you all. I can't start a poll! It's not fair! I'll try and start a poll again. Here. Create a new poll. Service error! Because it hates me. Fine. God damn it, Lan, you started. No, I'm not gonna do a straw poll because, like you said, if there are people who are watching mobile, they'll tab out. I don't want to do that. Alright. You know what this calls for? Okay. I don't... Where? I need a magic 8-ball, but I don't have one. In case of 3-way ties, break this. Okay, cool. Oh! Nerds! I need a nerd. I need a nerd who has D&D dice. I need a nerd. I want you, whoever has D&D dice, I want you to roll one of the lot of sided dice. And I've already generated the numbers for each girl in my head. So roll it. Tell me what that number is. A lot of sided dice. Well, probably like the one that has 20. I don't care. I don't care what number it is. I just as long as it's high, it has a lot of sides. Somebody's got to roll the dice. I don't know because I don't have them. 4. Okay. Called out. Damn. Okay. So I need a higher number than that. Because they're all more than 4. Oh, no. They're all higher than 4. No, please. They're all far away from 4, please. I have 3 numbers. Okay, 17, that's better. Alright, we're doing Yuri. God damn it. Thank you. Yuri was 18, by the way. Nope, nope, nope. Raven did it first. She got hers first. Her girl wins. That's how this works. Excuse me while I cough because I'm dying. Okay, so Yuri words. That sounds weird out of context. Alright, so infinite. Whoops! Didn't mean that. Existence. Entropy. Uncontrollable. Breathe. Graveyard. Crimson. Explode. Fireworks. I know that wasn't gonna be her, but exploding fireworks just sounded good in my head. Effulgent. Anxiety. Vertigo. Massacre. Starscape. Tenacious. Disoriented. Incongruent. Vitality. Unstable. Hi again, Shiro. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I kept my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. And I will save this on this, and this is Yuri. I'm closing that since it's useless to me anyway. Thank you for keeping your promise, Shiro. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you, making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. At least, and last year too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature! Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Oops, that was not good. Don't worry, guys. Shiro always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. That's so... You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Shiro can become good friends too. Sayori... As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Oh! Yuri even brought you something today, you know? Wait, Sayori. Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place, so any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. All right. Oops. I fucked something up. I am so sorry. Okay.
Well, here.
Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book.
I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that we...
Blah. We'll rewind.
So I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted.
This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book.
Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think.
This game is still too loud for me. I need to turn it down more. Sorry. We will do that. I can't hear myself, and Yuri talks too quiet. Let's pop this down to a nice cool 15. There we go. Alright. Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. Alright, let's go back. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she's waiting for this chance. Get an ASR. That'll solve it. I hate that. No. I don't want to do ASMR. It's stupid. I mean, I find it stupid, but you know. Y'all do you. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I just made people angry with my statement. That's great. I love it. I'm gonna cough. Okay, y'all trying to kill me by laughing. It's okay. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. Quick! Don't move! Her vision relies on movement. Alright, Tyrannosaurus Yuri in the house. I'm not actually very congested. Like, thank you, but I'm not actually really congested. It's just the cough takes me forever to get rid of. And especially with how I work. Like, at work, I'm just, like, surrounded by dust particles, and I'm just like, I'm going to vomit! Because it's terrible. Anyway, I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me, and our eyes meet for a split second. Ooh, romantic! But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Like, where's my book? Where's my book? Where's the book? You know what? Actually, that's perfect. I'm gonna go get a book real quick so I can have that immersion. Which, by go get a book, I mean, like, literally just move a little bit and then pick a book. You know what? I'm gonna do you guys one better, because the people who've seen this before, what I did before, I actually bought a book to read as Yuri, because I was like, you know what, this ASMR thing, I might do it. So I actually bought a horror book, like I bought a collection of horror stories for Yuri, just to let you know that I did that. Oh, excuse me, it's not a collection of horror stories, it's just Edgar Allan Poe. Either way, a good book. I have a wireless headset so I can get up and do stuff while streaming and talking to you guys, so yeah. Okay. This book is heavy, by the way. Alright. We'll just flip to a random page. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Happy with your ASMR? I'm just making fun of you guys now. I'm sorry. Alright, I stopped it on the Telltale Heart, so we'll pretend that this is what the story is. That's not what the story is, but this is the page that we've got. Alright, now she's hiding her face in her book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. ASMR doesn't have horrifying music in the background. It's not horrifying!
Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a little bit of this, so...
That's the book you gave me, right?
Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason.
Just curious, how come you have two copies of the same book?
Well...
Excuse me? Can we please stop? Sorry. My nose? Gross, but my nose would be weird. Anyway.
Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... that's not what I meant. I mean... I just happened to buy two of them.
I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon.
I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story.
Is that so? What's it about, anyway?
Well,
Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled The Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover.
Alright. I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart.
That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it seem like it was gonna be a nice story, so that dark turn came out of nowhere. Okay, first of all, I will recognize that I said nowhere weird. Third, I will reread the sentence. Yuri made it sound like that was gonna be a nice story, so that dark turn came out of nowhere. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden.
Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Shiro?
No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kind of stories, so don't worry.
I hope so.
Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's so She's... God damn it. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different.
It's just that those kind of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they believe in. Then, suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. Uh, I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. Sorry.
Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything.
Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing feel... When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So, I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much.
I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club, after all.
Ah, that's... Well, that's true.
In fact, I might as well get started reading it. Blah. I might as well get started reading it, right?
You don't have to.
What are you saying? Just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieve the book that I put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's.
Uh, yeah.
Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive.
That's... I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone.
I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything.
Alright.
Gonna take a drink. I open the book and start the prologue. As I soon understand that Yuri means about reading in company. I'll just open the book. Start the prologue. It's as if I can feel her very presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead.
Sorry. I was just...
Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you?
I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean...
Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's and hold my book more between the two of them.
I suppose so.
Yuri timidly closes her own copy. You guys couldn't hear that, but I closed the book. Once we each lean in a bit, our shoulders are almost touching. I feel like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it a little difficult to turn the page. Whoops.
Here.
Oops. Sorry.
Here.
Ah! Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. This is awkward as shit because I'm trying to do the same, but there's no second person to hold the other side. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way, I turn the page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. God damn. Like you high school boys, I swear to God, I'd punch you so fast. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision.
Are you ready?
Eh?
To turn the page.
Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how to be able to keep up with her. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her.
That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a little bit longer. It's probably the least I can do. Since you've been so patient with me.
Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, she assumes that she's finished the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. So, it's Japanese, right? So they're actually backwards? So, this is weird in the sense that we think that this is okay. Him turning the page and her holding that side of the book. But in actuality, if this was Japanese, she'd be the one turning the page, and then he'd be the one, you know, like, kind of holding it, based on their positioning. But, it's fantasy. Nobody cares. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. Alright, you guys ready for this? Man, so intimate. So intimate. Okay, I'll stop. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. I literally did that way too much for you guys already, so I'm not gonna do it again. Hey, Yuri. This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit.
You think so? How does she?
Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways. But she also second guesses all of the things that she says and does. Like, she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything. But they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms.
I see.
Yuri remains silent for a moment.
But, Shiro, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. It's so embarrassing you think that.
Wait! I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't think... Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I'm more... Oh, hold on. I guess I'm more meant. I hate that structure. Who talks like that? Idiots. It's okay. We already know Shira's an idiot. I'm sorry. I guess I more meant that it's kind of cute.
What are you saying all of a sudden?
Okay, everyone. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this.
It's not. It's fine.
Yuri releases her hands from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. How dare! Thunk. I'll do that without the thunk. I don't know how well you can hear that. There you go. Alright. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read with you?
I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way.
In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know?
That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the 2 chapters in your own time.
Alright. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, which is stupid. Nobody makes a mental note. Nobody! You're never gonna remember where you left off in the book. Especially this guy. It's dumb. Anyway. Then slip it back into my bag. Alright, say goodbye to the book, folks. It's going on the floor. By the way, did you remember to write a poem tonight? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before.
Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share it with?
I can't wait! Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf note. No? Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from its spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. Ooh, sexy. I could already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I share my poem to first? You guys have no choice because you guys are choosing the girls. I'm choosing who I show the poem to. Ha ha ha! Take that. Anyway, I'm gonna cough real quick because I need to, and then I'll choose. So enjoy the music. I am also going to save. So this is also in Yuri's route. So we'll just leave. Alright, mental note, guys, because we're so good at those. This top row is Yuri. Got it? Top row is Yuri. Actually, you know what? All of page 2 is Yuri. How about that? All of page 2 is Yuri. Page 3 is the next girl. Page 4 is the girl after that. Got it? Got it. Thank you. Alright, I'm back. We're gonna do Natsuki first, because I want to do the opposite of your first choice. I told Natsuki I was interested in her poems yesterday. It's probably only fair if I shared mine with her first. Shiro, you're not going to take this club seriously. If you're not going to take this club seriously, then go home. What? Harsh? What do you expect me to believe, that you actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid? I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put in effort. We all start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Painful to think about? Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I tell you what to improve, but you're better off just trying again. Fair enough. Well, teach their own, I guess. Anyway, I guess I gotta share mine now. Knowing you, you'll probably think it's stupid. Let's just enjoy Natsuki's theme. With the xylophones. Okay. Eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb. Crickets can leap. Horses can race. Owls can seek. Cheetahs can run. Eagles can fly. People can try. But that's about it. I mean, to be fair, I kind of did her song as if it was, or I did her poem as if it was a song. I kind of put more, like, tone, like, rhythm to it. But anyway, basically, her poem can be summed up as all these animals can do things that are pretty good and extraordinary. But people aren't that extraordinary. Yeah, I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly! I like it when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening, so I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it flat. Bleh. Rewind. Like I set up for a I can't fucking talk. Can I revoke my voice? Anyway. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out that feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. I didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? They're all over 18. They're all over 18. Yeah, I guess not. I decide to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care about how old everyone is, but yes, you do. Because they're all over 18. But if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Who should I show my poem to next? We're gonna do Sayori. We're gonna save Yuri for next to last. Monika's always gonna be last. Not always. Sometimes. This is a good poem, Shiro. Are you sure it's your first time? Of course. It's not that good. I am the kind of guy who would be writing a... Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time? I guess you're right. But that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't take it... I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously, or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy that you just wrote one, or just that you wrote one. And it reminds me of how you're really part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room? Question mark? Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, Shiro. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know?
Trying new things like this for other people? That's something that only really good people do.
Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this all means to her. Or knowing how much this means to her and all.
Yeah. And I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you.
Alright, I'm gonna hold you to that then.
Yay! Now you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this.
We'll see about that. Alright, here's Sayori's.
Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast.
I love Sayori's theme too. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this?
No. Just a little bit.
You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question.
I forgot to do it last night.
Well, at least that makes me feel a little bit better about myself.
Don't be mean. I still tried my best.
Yeah. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you.
Really?
Yeah. Especially that last line.
I made eggs and toast.
Even though you were late to school?
It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky.
Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me.
This was so much fun. Monica's the best.
Yeah.
But next time, I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever.
Well, I guess I look forward to it. Alright, Yuri. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten.
Exceptional.
What was that?
Did I say that out loud?
Yuri first covers her mouth, then ends up covering her whole face.
He's going to hate me.
You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri.
I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for?
Yuri takes a breath. Oh my god. I took a breath and I was just like, I'm gonna cough my lungs out.
So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before.
Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really.
Huh?
Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at the poem again. I love this. because Yuri was like, "This is amazing. You've done this before. Oh my god, you're so good." But then, this right here.
Well, I know that. I just meant,
Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her link. She traces her finger along the words in the poem as if breaking it down more thoroughly.
yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened.
Yeah, so notice how she was just like, "Oh my god, this is so good." And then she's just like, "He has no experience. What the fuck am I talking about? He can't be good." So she immediately backtracks and she's just like, "Okay, I have to tear his whole world down. I can't make him too confident. That's a mistake." So she backtracks pretty quickly. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert.
Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased, though.
Biased? How?
Uh, um, well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry.
It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now?
Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it.
Yuri smiles dreamily as if it's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? And Yuri's theme? Excuse me if you heard me burp. Okay.
Ghost under the light. The tendrils.
Oh no! I accidentally pressed the space bar. Fuck. I'll go get it real quick. Hold on. I apparently have caps lock on, so that's funny. GeForce Ready Game Driver is available. Shut the fuck up, game. Or not game. Not part 2. I don't want part 2. I want part 1. Here we go.
Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one, the last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back.
Okay. Sorry, sorry, sorry. I fucked up, okay? It was bound to happen once. It'll happen plenty more times, I'm sure. At least I did it with Yuri and not Monica's. Monica's poems are my favorite, so I would have died if I freaking did that to Monica. Oh, I am not in there, so that doesn't work.
I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting.
What? I wasn't thinking that at all. This is hilarious because I freaking clicked past that immediately. I didn't read it at all.
But it took you a long time to read.
Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. She's got like the typical I would say like her and Sayori's handwriting is like the typical high school girl's handwriting, because all high school girls, except for like a very few, were like always trying to write so neatly and so pretty. I was just like, fuck, I don't care who reads this. If I can read it, that's all that matters.
That's a relief.
Also, I liked the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive.
It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems.
Not at all.
I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest, since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose.
Are you into ghosts, Yuri? You ask a girl named Yuri if she's into ghosts, not girls. Got it. She likes big ghosts and she cannot lie.
Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Shiro.
Really? I must have totally missed the point.
Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all.
Freaking glance over it, I immediately clicked out of the bitch.
But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing.
That's a lot more solemn. That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive.
It's nothing really. Yours was impressive too, so...
Nah, if anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you.
You think so?
Yeah, of course. Or hold on. That was more in his voice.
You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Shiro.
Me too. Who should I show my poem to next? Dun dun dun! Hi, Shiro. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Here, I'll run that by you guys again. I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Shiro. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem.
Mm-hmm. Great job, Shiro. I was going ooh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, it always counts when I put in some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayori, who's using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness, Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively, both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all of the nuances. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learning by trying new things. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased towards their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have... blah, 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 blah. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction the spackle protrudes? A noisy neighbor? An angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retinas already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out, and he on the other side was looking in. Just listen. So, what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten really popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems I have been putting in. Mm, excuse me? That is, a lot of Ah! Okay. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Uh, well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm so sorry, Raven, but I was just like, ah. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming off strongly. No, it's coming on strongly, not off strongly. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, Here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening.
Whew. I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly.
What's with this language? Did you say something?
Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy.
Thanks. Yours is cute.
Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute?
I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice.
Eh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all.
Well, I do have a couple of suggestions.
If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked somebody who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Shiro did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all,
excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon because... I don't expect it to change anytime soon unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring. Which I haven't yet. And Shiro liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it.
Natsuki suddenly stands up. Alright, boys, this is it. Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri.
That's not what I... You're just...
Yuri stands up as well.
Maybe you're just jealous that Shiro appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours.
Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself?
No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy.
Ooh! Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I was the one who's... Hold on, excuse me, that was the wrong person. Well, I mean, it was the right person, but it was the wrong sentence. I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Shiro started showing up.
Natsuki!
Natsuki, that's a little...
This doesn't involve you.
It was kind of like Natsuki's tone, but with Yuri's voice. Weird. I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly, both girls turned towards me as if they noticed I was standing there.
Shiro, she's just trying to make me look bad.
That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate the simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point of making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Shiro.
Wait, there's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. The only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Shiro?
Well? How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing. But whomever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. So of course that's going to be... Ta-da! Nope. We ain't going through this. Help me, Sayori! Natsuki glares at me, drying up any words I had in her mouth. So instead I turn to Yuri. Yuri... But Yuri's expression is so defensive that I can't bring myself to say anything to her. Sayori! Eh? Yeah! Oops, sorry. very, very high-pitched yeah from Shiro. Yeah! Everyone's fighting is making Sayori uncomfortable. How can the two of you keep fighting when you know you're making your friend feel like this?
Shiro?
Well, that's her problem. This isn't about her.
I agree. It's unfair for others to interject their own feelings into our conflict.
Yeah, unless Sayori wants to tell Yuri what a stuck-up jerk she's being.
She would never. It's your immaturity that made her upset in the first place.
Excuse me? Are you listening to yourself? This is exactly why nobody likes. Stop!
Natsuki, Yuri, you guys are my friends. And I just want everyone to get along and be happy. My friends are wonderful people, and I love them because of their differences. Natsuki's poems, they're amazing because they give you so many feelings with just a few words. And Yuri's poems are amazing because they paint beautiful pictures in your head. Everyone's so talented. So why are we fighting?
Because, well...
Also, Natsuki's cute, and there's nothing wrong with that. And Yuri's boobs are the same as they always were. Big and beautiful.
Can we get a big and beautiful for the boobas? Sayori stands triumphantly. Monica stands behind her with a bewildered expression.
I'll make some tea.
Yuri rushes off. Natsuki sits down with a blank expression on her face, staring at nothing. So this is why Sayori is vice president. I whisper to Monica. She nods in return. To be honest, I might come off as a good leader, and I can organize things, but I'm not very good with people. I couldn't even bring myself to interject. As president, that's kind of embarrassing for me. I'm sorry. As president, that's kind of embarrassing of me. Nah, it's not like I can blame you. I wasn't able to say anything either. Well, I guess that means Sayori is amazing in her own ways, isn't she? You could say that. She might be an airhead, but sometimes it's wildly... She might be an airhead, but sometimes it's weirdly suspicious that she knows exactly what she's doing.
I see. Take good care of her, okay?
Remember, we gotta take good care of Sayori, okay?
I would hate to see herself get... I would hate to see her get herself hurt.
That makes two of us. You can count on me. Monica smiles sweetly at me, causing my stomach to knot. Such a genuine person really does make a good president, regardless of what she says.
If only I could get the chance to talk to her a little more. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright. Well, mostly. Shiro, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everybody. Awesome! In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you learned something from your friends, too. So your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself, I did learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those who I want to impress. I nod to myself with newfound determination. Shiro, ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori, about what happened earlier. Eh? What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that thing kind of happen? Oh my god. Does that kind of thing happen often? No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. Phew. You know, Shiro, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club, but I think seeing you along with everyone else is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you too. That's... Every day is gonna be so much fun. It looks like Sayori still hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everybody is nice, but... does it really need to stop there? We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. This is the kind of guy we are, okay? We're this asshole who's just like, you're a side character in my story. Get used to it. Pat, pat, pat. Okay. Yeah, let's do this. First of all, that wasn't under Sayori, so I'm assuming that was my internal monologue, or Shiro's internal monologue. Weird. Okay, so this is where, since I really am not, like, super set into how I want to do this, should I just go ahead and do Yuri all the way? That sounds weird out of context. Should I just do all 3 days for Yuri, and then do the next day for the other girls? Like, do them individually, like, separate streams? Because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna go Yuri, literally, like, I'm gonna try and do all of Yuri's up to the, last scene. Not the last scene. Like, if you guys know what I'm talking about, then you know what I'm trying to say. So, like, the 3rd day, or whatever. I got a yes, please. Yeah, okay. I figure that's what I'm gonna end up doing. So, that most likely is going to mean that I'm going to keep streaming until I am on Yuri's day 3 picture. So, I don't know if I can do that. I could break it here. And we can continue at a later date. I'm not sure what I want to do. Oh, well, let's save.
Oh, first of all, let's go out to DDLC. Well, we'll exit DDLC and return to the desktop. Because some of you people who weren't here at the beginning don't know the differences between Plus and this, and I can show that off right now since this is probably a good stopping point. This is my wallpaper. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. We will do this real quick. Yes, queen, yes. Okay, enough of that. Okay, so we actually got new side stories. Ooh, this is cool. This is cool. We will ignore this, though. We got new pictures. Ooh, we got new pictures. Yeah, see, you can also pop out, and all the girls' poems are actually saved here, which is cool. And then we also got Yuri's still. Acquisition procedure. Write a poem for Yuri. We got little screenshots of the background. Ooh, look at this. That's Sayori. Acquisition procedure. In Act 1, call Sayori for help during Natsuki and Yuri's argument. Ooh, interesting. The first concept sketch of the complete cast. Ooh. Okay, so we see some similarities. Like, Natsuki's always had her weird little hair things. Sayori's always had, like, short hair. And then Yuri's always had long hair, and so has Monica. Oh, so this is the way you get this is you review the file poem words for any anomalies. For any anomalies? What kind of language is this? Promo, nothing there. Music. We got new music. We'll listen to that at a later date. I can make a playlist in here. That's pretty cool. You can't, like, double. How do you make a playlist? How do you make the Okay. No. I'm gonna listen to that. Spoilers. Not really. It's not really spoilers, please. No mail yet. I believe all the mail and stuff, that is from the side stories. Like, I think you have to complete the side stories before, like, the mailbox has anything. Nothing in here. Everything's good. Character files are all still intact. Game files all intact. So nothing crazy's going on yet. But yeah, so this is the difference between Plus and otherwise the regular game. Because in the regular game, you would have to actually do all the, like, this. Well, first of all, mail, pictures, music, and side stories didn't exist in the original. And then, like, the files, you had to actually go deep into the bowels of, like, the Steam folder. But you can relaunch Doki Doki Literature Club from here. Doki Doki! Yeah. So, I would say this is a successful day one stream. So, I will probably, like, I'll let you guys know probably what's going to end up happening is I am most likely going to do Yuri's day 2 and day 3 together. So that will be its own stream. And then from there, because, okay, so since we did Yuri first, like, all the extra dialogue, like, a lot of the extra dialogue, in fact, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and do this because it'll be simpler for me in the long run. It'll actually be just really quick. So, it's time to write a poem. What I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna do, Natsuki and Sayori. So I'm gonna scream at the people who have that whatever-sided dice. I've got the number for for Natsuki, and I've got the number for Sayori. Please roll. I'm gonna close my eyes, take a little rest while I wait. 11? Sayori. Sayori was 13. Natsuki was 5. So, yeah, it's closer to Sayori. Alright. Fuck, I forgot. Fireworks. Sayori's hard. Shit. Bed. Dazzle. Papa is Natsuki. Dark? Okay. Leaning towards Kiss. Nope, that would be Natsuki. Sadness. Fluffy, electricity, eternity, anxiety, no. Tragedy, no. Scars. Horror would probably be Yuri. Misery. Bubbles. Fuck. Tears, afterimage, pain, bouncy, lazy, shopping. I thought this said poop for a hot minute, and I was like, whoa, I've never seen that word before. Oh my god. Poop. Lol. Melancholy. Fuck. Comfort? Childhood. Hurt. Hope? Depression. Death. Dream. Fuck. Promise. I want to say romance is her, but I think it's Yuri. You know what? Fuck it. Romance. Ha ha! I was right. Sunny. Okay. Okay, so save. So page 3 is Sayori. Alright, so we're going to load game. Or loading will lose unsaved progress, yeah. Alright, so as cute as possible. Alright, pink. Treasure. Play. Fuck. Feather. No! Vanilla. Cute. Sweet. No! Incapable. Kiss. Parfait. Charm. No! Milk. Mouse. Fluffy. Candy. Family. No. Kitty? Yeah. Papa. No. Doki Doki. Bouncy. Yeah! Sayori! Or, it's not Sayori. Natsuki! Alright. And then all of page 4 will be Natsuki. Alright, so that's it for me for tonight, I'm assuming. Hopefully whenever I get back into this, I won't sound partially sick. Or sick in general. So you'll get to hear like me actually be able to voice these gals and the main character. Who fucking cares about the main character? Nobody does. Um, me being able to actually like voice these gals appropriately again. I tried my best. I hope everybody was okay with that. If you weren't, then well, fuck you. That's all I have to say about that. And yeah, so looks like we are going to exit DDLC, return to the desktop, and we're gonna quit. Oh, I got another picture. Ooh, I got newer pictures because I did the poems for the other girls. I want to know what pictures I got. Ooh, a concept sketch of the complete cast drawn by blah blah blah. Select the word Doki Doki during the poem game. Wow, they're so cute. Natsuki's always look the same. This actually has Yuri kind of shorter than Natsuki. That's curious. Monica's hair isn't so wildly long. Alright, let's go back. Okay, no other cool pictures. And we'll have a lot more pictures to go because I'm going to try and unlock everything. Like I said, I want to do a 100% run of this game because it's fun. And then we get to talk about the cool side stuff. Alright, well, guys, I hope y'all have a nice night. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. Even though I'm sick still. Good to have some people showing up. And ta-da! I shall poof out of existence now. Have fun, stay safe. Monica loves you, remember this.